Anke stood at the entrance of Herrenchiemsee, the last stop on her tour of King Ludwig's castles. The grandeur of the palace, and homage to the Sun King's Palace of Versailles, left her in awe. As the rain began to pour, she pulled her coat tighter and hurried inside. The echo of her footsteps filled the grand halls, and she was transported to another time and place. Anke imagined the palace alive with the hustle and bustle of courtiers and servants, resplendent in their opulent attire. The rich tapestries and intricate woodwork spoke of a time when the palace was more than just a monument. It was a living, breathing testament to the extravagant dreams of a king. In the Hall of Mirrors, she felt a strange sensation, as if she were being watched. She turned, but there was no one there, just the reflections of chandeliers glittering like stars in the sky. The rain outside grew heavier, and the glass panes of the windows fogged up, distorting the view of the manicured gardens beyond. As she moved from room to room, the feeling of being watched persisted. In the king's bedroom, she noticed an old book on a pedestal. Drawn to it, she opened the dusty cover, and found herself reading the journal of King Ludwig II. The pages were filled with dreams and fantasies, plans for castles that were never realized. Lost in the words, Anke didn't notice the time slipping by. A sudden flash of lightning outside snapped her back to reality. She looked around the room and realized she was all alone in the vast palace. An eerie stillness settled over the place. She decided it was time to leave. As she walked back through the hallways, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Reaching the entrance, she turned back one last time. For a brief moment, she thought she saw the shadowy figure of a man in regal attire standing in the Hall of Mirrors. But when she blinked, the figure was gone. Shaking off the eerie feeling, Anke stepped out into the rain and made her way back to her lodgings. That night, as she lay in bed, the events of the evening played over in her mind. Had she really seen the ghost of King Ludwig? Or was it just her imagination, inspired by the grandeur and history of Herrenchiemsee? As the rain pattered against the window, she drifted off to sleep, dreaming of castles and kings, and the stories they leave behind.